Eh? Eh?
Hello, welcome to my channel. Hope you are having a good day. Today we are going to talk about Char's Gelgoog. Recently it has been buffed, and to be honest, this mobile suit is pretty tight to play with. If you are used to mobile suits like Uma Lightning, for example, then it's pretty rough to transition onto this mobile suit in-game. First of all, I want to touch on the buff which it gets, and it is the addition of a rapid-fire beam rifle which shoots in the burst of 3. Each shot deals 35% stagger value, so it totals to 105%, which is enough for a stun, not taking into account the opponent having damage control or maneuver armor. The fire rate of this weapon is a bit problematic, because the fire rate and the beam projectile speed is slow. Outside of charging the regular beam rifle for an instant stun shot, you can also do an uncharged beam rifle shot into 3 times rapid beam rifle shot for stun. Honestly, I was expecting it to stun after only 2 rapid shots hit, but sometimes it needs all 3. Take note that we have pretty noticeable swap time between both beam rifles, so the chain combo window for the ranged stun combo is tight. This mobile suit is not weak, not really average either. The stats number is a bit above the average of its cost. I get it that this mobile suit's damage is melee loaded, but it can sometimes afford to be shooty raid because of the respectable beam rifle damage I mentioned. It's lacking an instant stun, and it makes the gameplay flow of this thing all over the place. Sometimes you want to join your teammates for coordinated shooting, sometimes you may just want to shoot the support from afar, and sometimes you want to straight up melee ape on your opponents. It depends on the situation. The reason I am saying that it's all over the place for the gameplay is because the rapid fire beam rifle doesn't amplify its identity as a melee mobile suit. Therefore, I can say that this mobile suit is a unit that specializes in melee combat, but comes with loadout to enable its neutral gameplay. The melee damage is respectable, as you can see in the gameplay, that I do like around 60 to 90% of HP damage in a full combo cycle, which goes from a stun into a Naginata downswing, into Rapier downswing, and another Naginata downswing. The shield placement is bad, and it really hurts a lot because of the mobile suit size being fat. Therefore, you are very susceptible to getting shot at. Another thing I want to highlight is the community's perception on older or unpopular mobile suits. If you are not using a meta or off-meta mobile suit, players in the enemy team will likely shoot at you first, because to them, you are easier to kill, which is understandable that older mobile suits are, yeah, you get what I mean. Just look at the Pale Rider series as an example. The last thing I find not very pleasant is that the mobile suit does not have Forced Injector level 3. This is more of a nitpick on my end and is an extremely subjective take from me, because fluidity in movement, in my opinion, is what adds up to the survivability of a fat mobile suit like this. When you are in close combat without the level 3 Forced Injector skill, you will really feel it in between your boost dashes when you are swapping your weapons. So without it, you're kind of animation locked. And this is bad, especially if you are a close range mobile suit, because you want to optimize your movements both in combat and neutral gameplay. To me, having a level 3 Forced Injector is mandatory for me to be able to pilot a mobile properly. That's just my personal take. There are a lot of mobile suits without the Forced Injector skills that are good. Yeah, that's my thoughts so far on this mobile suit. Please enjoy the gameplay. See you in the next video.